Greetings from the Orange Blaze. Day number 2 of this Florida Trail excursion. And we're just now leaving Alexander Springs. It's about 8:30. And we were fully intending to get an earlier start than that, but midway through the night, the wind shifted, and as a result, it blew all of the smoke from the controlled burn over near to where we were camped. So it got a little bit difficult to sleep. Wasn't too bad, but anyway, we got less sleep than we originally intended. So we have about 17.8 miles to Juniper Springs, our destination for the night, and we have about 6 liters of water, which may be overkill, but we're going to be going through prairie land today and there's very little shade, so I want to make sure, absolutely sure, that we have water with us. They still have the ribbon up from the burn the other day, and I'm not sure if that's fog or if that's just smoke from the burn. In any event, we are continuing on. Well, so far there's some decent shade, but I have a feeling it's not going to last. We're enjoying this nice cool breeze in this shady spot while we can. So we're about 3.6 in for the day, and we're taking a little bit of a break here in the shade, getting some water, getting some breakfast, and then we're going to head on down the trail. So we have some decisions to make because the Juniper Prairie Wilderness is closed due to bear activity. I think it can be bypassed. So we're going to have to make some decisions there and try and figure out what to do. So we just got dropped off by my new hiking friend Juan and his wife Raquel and their dog Leo, and had just a nice little visit with them. And thanks again to you guys for dropping us off here, because it would have been either a long road walk or standing out in the sunshine with my thumb, which neither one of those would have been fun. So once again, when the chips are down, the trail provides. So I'm not exactly sure how many trail miles we missed, but if it's not open to hiking, I guess we can't hike it, can we? So in many ways it might be a good thing. The Juniper Prairie Wilderness is quite an open area, so it would have been hot, to say the least. But our original plan was to just hang out at that picnic area back there, and wait till about maybe 4 o'clock and do those last miles at dusk when it cooled down. However, with lots of aggressive bears, that wouldn't have been a good idea, even if the wilderness area had been open. So this gives us about 2 more miles to Hopkins Prairie Campground, and hopefully the bears have got the memo about Juniper Prairie Wilderness being closed due to them, and hopefully they won't cross the road and come into this area. I don't know where Garvey's getting his energy from, because I'm completely worn out. I haven't taken anything out of his pack. He still has a full pack from this morning, but he is just charging ahead. He has been walking behind me, but when we left the trailhead, he's just pulling along like a sled dog. I don't know how he does it. So yeah, earlier I was having one of those moments where kind of wondering how everything's gonna work out. And you know, looking back, I've always had those moments on the trail. The trail is always testing, but at the same time, the trail always provides. And those of you who haven't spent much time hiking long distance probably wouldn't understand it. I know it sounds like a bunch of hippie rhetoric, but I've been through it. It's true. Now, I'm not talking about the type of trail magic that's pre-planned, where there's, you know, tents set up at the road crossing with, you know, grills and coolers and that sort of thing. And there's nothing wrong with that, but that's really not trail magic. That's more trail charity. Trail magic actually comes when you need it absolutely the most and you have no idea what you're going to do. Things just happen to work themselves out, and unless you've been out here, you just probably wouldn't get it. And I'm not trying to be condescending by saying that. I'm just saying it's something you have to experience to believe. So we're finally at Hopkins Prairie campsite at site number 9, and we're going to get something to eat before we do anything else. I think that hiker appetite is finally starting to set in, so I'm going to dig through the food bag here, and lots of great stuff in here. It's going to be hard to pick, and I'm going to show you what we're going to eat. So I think we're going to have chicken barbecue. And as you might have guessed, this is an 8-track meal, and I already know it's going to be outstanding, so I'm looking forward to it. And I have these bagel thins, so we're going to start boiling some water. This is what you call a boil and pour meal. So you boil your water and you pour it. I'm not exactly sure how much water I'm supposed to add, but I'm going to add a little less than I think it needs, and I can always add more. Set it down in this foil pouch. That's going to keep it warm and help it cook. So I'll set that aside for a few minutes and come back and eat it. So it's about 7:30 and it is so hot that it's ridiculous, but careful what you ask for, you may get it. We came down here for warm weather and that is exactly what we got. So we're not complaining, but it is a bit tricky to stay cool. So we've been drinking a lot of water. Both the vestibules are open, so hopefully we'll get a nice cross breeze off the water. And we have no plan for tomorrow. Our only plan is to have no plan. So we'll check the maps in the morning and see what we can come up with. We're actually a day ahead of schedule. Who knows, maybe we'll just hang out here. We're going to figure it out in the morning, and we'll see you then.